Hey, you all, hope you're well and well and fine in the Lord. How is your day panning out? How is everyone where you are at? We thank God for you. We thank God for your life and everything that is all about you. So, I'm just so thrilled and excited to, check on the internet and find out that Christmas list was released. At times I tell you, if you've never been incarcerated, even for a few hours, you might never understand the kind of agony a family goes through when they hear their loved one has either been put in jail, or is lost, or has disappeared. It's something that makes the family don't sleep at all. Yeah, and so it's been a rough few days for the famous not your average tourist, Chris. And it's not been easy. You can tell from the post, even from the short video I just gathered here, you can tell that it's not been easy. And we pray that through this, maybe when he's able to talk to fellow YouTubers, he'll be in a position to advise them on one or two issues. Because I was just reading about what they were saying, sedition and all, and I was realizing, wow, sedition is such a big thing. But basically, we don't know exactly the charge. Neither are we here to or explore on the charge that you're not so sure about. But all we can say is we thank God that he's out and his family is okay by now. I've read news whereby your kin just disappears, and they disappear for good, and at times they don't turn, or they don't return safe. At times they return, like I was saying the other day, dead. But in this case, at least, the family is happy that their kin has returned safe and sound. I know it's not been easy for the kids, neither has it been easy for the wife and friends. And I think since he's someone who doesn't back down, I heard him in this short clip that I collected, that he was saying that he's finally out, meaning inside has never been good for anyone. And we hope that going forward he will give lessons and tips of some of these things. As I always say, he's one of the most traveled tourists. He calls himself not your average tourist, simply because he's gone to places where few of us or few of you would go. And yeah, we would choose to remain silent on this issue, but we would choose also to say it's a learning process for everyone who aspires to travel. And I hope that sooner or later he will be able to explain to us exactly what happened, if it's allowed, and how can one avert it, or better still, what are the do's and the don'ts as a traveler. Because I mean, you can just be with your camera and you're just interviewing friends or people you've met around, and I don't know, some people may take it on a negative front, and especially this one that led to him being put in jail must have been a serious issue. But all in all, we thank God that he's out. I don't know, I hope he's out and they allow him to go back to his country. Someone posted yesterday there was 100,000 USD a bill. That's quite a huge amount of money, guys. If that was the bill, I don't know, but if that was the bill, it's quite an amount of money. 100,000 USD. That means that's around 10 million Kenya shillings or so. Wow. If that is the amount of money that he was asked to give, then it must have been a serious case. But all in all, we thank God that he's safe and sound. And since he's come to Africa and is known to a lot of us because we've seen him through Amara, I think it is something when he gets back on his feet, he'll be able to maybe talk about it if it's okay, and help others know what exactly you should and you should not do. But basically, we thank God for his life. Yeah, I'm going to attach a very short clip here that I found online. I hope it's gonna be something you who are the lovers and supporters of Christmas list will feed on and feel relieved that you can see him get out of jail. No one who gets out of jail and gets okay. Guys have been incarcerated for almost 5 hours. It was going to run into a weekend, but luckily my sister came to see me out after some guy conned us 1.6 million, and then the guys, instead of going after him, they want to go after me who was reporting the guy. It's never easy. The justice system is such a tough one, but all in all, we say, so long as you'd stay on your right side of, stay on your right side of, what do I call it? Stay on the right side of doing right. Don't do things that are not okay with the law. And as usual, when you travel to a new setup, try and find out the do's and the don'ts. I think it can be of help to anyone, and especially if you're a traveler vlogger. Find out what are the do's and the don'ts of each country, so that you don't really get into trouble. But all in all, we thank God that is free, and we hope that we learn something from it. Ciao. Keep subscribing to Mezzotitan, guys. Around 3,000. We are coming in swiftly. I know we will get there. God bless.
Good night, Chris. How are you going? Any message for your supporters and your subscribers, sir?
I'm happy to be outside.
How does it feel to be out tonight?
Feels good. Feels good. I have faith that the justice system will do me right.
Hey, hold it.
Canadian YouTuber and blogger Chris must list. Released on $100,000 bail amid controversy in Trinidad and Tobago, Christopher Hughes, the Canadian YouTuber and blogger known online as Chris Must List, was granted bail on Monday afternoon in the sum of $100,000 by a Master of the High Court. Hughes, represented by former Attorney General Anand Ramlogan and Russell Warner, was released following a hearing that has drawn significant public attention. Hughes has gained notoriety for his bold exposés on neglected communities in Trinidad and Tobago, where residents often walk the streets armed, reflecting the severe socio-economic challenges they face. His coverage has shed light on the rampant neglect these areas suffer from, allegedly at the hands of the government, and has brought to the forefront the grim reality of daily life, where extrajudicial killings are disturbingly commonplace. In his reports, Hughes highlighted that the police, often the only visible government agency in these areas, provide no accountability for the frequent deaths, fueling allegations from residents that they are left to fend for themselves in a lawless environment. This, according to the community members, is part of a sinister plan to allow the poor to kill each other off, thereby freeing up land for the country's elite. An affluent 1% who, they claim, profit from the dispossession and suffering of the marginalized.
Now the government is letting you all go on, so let them kill each other.
Ah, that's why they do it, you think?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons.
So they let you fighting with each other,
Yeah, kill one another,
and then throw you out,
Yeah.
and bring here the tourists and make it resorts.
Yeah, because
Fuck.
see people.
The charges against Hughes have not dampened his resolve to speak out against the injustices he has documented. His release on bail is seen by supporters as a victory for free speech and investigative journalism in a region where such voices are often silenced. Hughes's next court appearance is keenly anticipated, as it promises to further amplify the issues he has worked to expose. His case has galvanized discussions on social media and beyond, with many calling for systemic change and greater governmental accountability in addressing the deep-seated issues faced by these neglected communities. As Hughes continues his fight, the world watches closely, hopeful that his efforts will bring about meaningful change for the forgotten residents of Trinidad and Tobago. Dave